building, laying floors, laying carpet, putting up cabinets, all that stuff that I would come and get turned on watching you do that you simply don't want to do. So here I am trying to get turned on by myself. Ain't that something? Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to part 2. My favorite scene ever in Love and Marriage Huntsville. History, because Kimmi officially got with her husband. Like, she went there. Now, she made some missteps. Okay, there are a couple things she crossed the line a couple times, and we'll talk about that. But I have never seen this energy from Kimmi. I have been waiting for years. When the show first started, I watched the first few seasons, and Kimmi was absolutely my favorite character. She's beautiful, she's intelligent, she had and held on to her own identity from what I could see on the screen, and she was just so logical and balanced and chill, and I was like, I love Kimmi. And I have the experience, much like when I meet phenomenal women in person, in real life. I'll meet a woman and we're getting to know each other. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing. She's so phenomenal. I'm so impressed, right? You ever meet an amazing woman and you're like, wow, you are cool. Like, you are actually cool. And then you meet their partner, like say they have a husband or a boyfriend or a fiancé or something. And you're like, him? Really? It's like, it's almost hard to believe because you can see the value in her, and you're like, but this is your person. So I kind of had that kind of thought when it came to Maurice. Not because he isn't Black excellence, because he is. He absolutely is. Actually, all of the cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville, in my opinion, represent Black excellence in a way that isn't talked about enough. But I want to talk about Kimmi getting in Maurice's behind, because it was so great to watch. What was I saying? So Maurice is Black excellence. Okay. There are positive things about Maurice that we should celebrate. Being an active and involved father, celebration, okay? His entrepreneurial results, okay? Because a lot of people have entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurial ideas, but to have executed and actually created businesses that are doing well and that are thriving. This is me giving Maurice his flowers, okay? Because now I'm going to tell you what I don't like about him. The things that I don't like is that he's very obviously misogynistic. He holds on to, these ideas about women that I find to be toxic. What we're learning as I'm seeing these clips, specifically from this season or whatever they've been airing, is that a lot of what he thinks and believes is miseducation that he received as a child or as a young man that has never been corrected. It's only been, hold on guys. We're working today. It's never been corrected. It's only been reinforced. Okay, you're welcome. Yay. Okay, great. It's only been reinforced by mostly probably Marceau, okay? His other brother, the other men in his life that subscribe to the same kind of thinking and ideas, and Red Pill Manosphere propaganda. So that's his issue, and I can't lie. I was about to say that I'm feeling more empathy now that I know where this comes from, but no, he's way too grown. I believe he's over 40. Is he over 40? that's basically you should be responsible for everything you have going on at that point in life. That's just how I feel. So I'm not going to give him any kind of passes. But getting into their relationship, Kimmi has covered this man. That's the word a Christian would use. She has covered him, meaning in previous seasons, he might do or say some nonsense, and she would not take the opportunity to correct him, to bruise his ego, to potentially embarrass him. She was very, very careful about that. And I noticed it. And for many people, that's the trait of a good wife. But what has happened now, okay? Seasons and years have gone by, and this woman is standing up for herself. And I was just screaming at the phone when these clips hit my Instagram. I was so happy. And she's not, okay, she crossed the line. And I'll get to that, I promise. But other than crossing the line, really, she was standing up for the truth about their story and the truth about what really happened and the truth about her. Because here's the thing. I think Maurice got used to her just letting him represent their relationship any way that he wanted to and her not saying anything. But if you're in a relationship with someone and they are misrepresenting it, they're essentially lying on you. Like, you're lying on me at this point, and I can't let it happen. Now, she got in her feelings. We typically don't see Kimmi get like overly emotional. She got in her feelings a little bit, and that is when she crossed the line. Okay. Okay. The soft hand era comment was diabolical. The first comment, I think, was, and I noticed that OWN kind of like sliced and diced this, because there are parts of the sit down where it's like significantly darker outside or lighter. So I know, they cut it up. But I think the first thing she was like, it was a jab. She said, so here I am, trying to turn myself on. Okay. Now, if you have a misogynistic red pill type of man, the last thing you insult him on, especially publicly, is his sexual performance. So saying that she was not getting turned on is essentially a dig at his sexual performance. That is when you saw he gagged. Okay, his face, he did the it was like a face and a sound, and I could feel his soul being crushed. So, but this is what happens. See, this is why a man, I was going to use an example. I'm going to edit that. Scratch that. Let's get back to this scene. The soft hands era was another trigger for any misogynistic red pill type of man that you married. I'm being very, very careful. Okay. There are men out there who aren't like that. She married a man who is like that. I'll leave it there. Okay, so the soft hand era, even if a man isn't all misogynist, red pill, way over to that side, like Maurice is, just culturally calling a black man soft, we know that is, a blow to them. So the soft hand era was an actual insult. The first one was like a little jab, and she's going hard. And she's actually not going hard, but because it's Maurice, and because of what we know about him, and because of these specific things that she is saying publicly with cameras on, it has much more of an impact. But let's talk about Maurice's soft hand era, though, because it absolutely is a real thing. It's disrespectful to call it that, but it's a professional change. It's also an elevation in his overall wealth, okay? I'm 100% sure he's significantly more wealthy now today than he was when they met and he was putting cabinets up. So let's start with when they met. First of all, it was long distance women, ladies. If you're in a long distance relationship, because you are a woman, you run the risk of overly romanticizing when you're in a long distance relationship, because there are gaps, right? So as women we'll naturally fill in the gaps with fantasy, with what we want to believe, and we'll literally imagine those things. So at the beginning of their relationship, it was long distance, and so you miss the person, you see the person. It makes sense that if you see a person once a week, you're going to have sex more than once. She probably was very turned on. She probably missed him. She probably was so ready, and she had that nice break in between. So by the time it came back around again, she was ready to go, right? And I relate to enjoying watching a man build things, construct things, fix things, you know what I mean? Engineering some stuff. That's really cool and awesome. But she had to know that that was a means to an end. He was doing that then to get to where he is now. The man is an attorney today. He's an attorney. And I believe, I'm trying to remember earlier seasons, I believe during their relationship, he was studying for the bar, right? So I think it's unfair to say that she expected that he would continue to install cabinets and stuff with a whole legal license. No. He wants to practice law. He's going to be practicing law, which involves law stuff, soft hand stuff, you know. Right? And so I think that part was a little bit unfair, because at some point he endeavored to become an attorney, and she knew that he would become an attorney, and I'm very sure she supported him through that. I'm very sure that he is where he is now today, largely because of the support he received from her and from this relationship. Not to mention, you know, the show and the show's resources and everything that has come from that, all of those opportunities. So you essentially, you signed up to be with an attorney. Okay. So while I'm Team Kimmi, while this is the headquarters of Free Kimmi all day, I have to say that, you know, that's kind of, you know, that's a half point off. That's a half point off, because you knew what he would become. And, you know, the wild part about it is, and I'm sure you guys will probably react in the comments to this, is I wonder if Kimmi realizes that the man in his soft hand era today, right now in 2026, has more options available to him than he did at the time that they met. And I would say the difference in the number of options he has from then to now is exponential. Because he is significantly more wealthy, because he's now a visible public figure, right? And because of his misogynist red pill ideology, what is instilled over there with those people that think that way, is that at this point in his life, he deserves a younger woman who's going to do everything that he says and be happy about it. Right? So I, for one, was not shocked about this conversation that the producers were trying to get, him to partake in, with regard to him alluding to potentially thinking about them no longer being together. I think Kimmi was shocked. I think the producers were shocked. I will also say, and this is only if Kimmi wants to preserve this relationship. A lot of times, I am the single one. Usually I'm like, usually my thought is to leave the relationship. Quite honestly. And it's not just because I'm, a single hater, right? That's why I use the name. It's kind of a play on that. But it's just because I disagree with the thought that it's better to have a man. It's not. It's better to have a good life. And sometimes that life is with a specific person. Sometimes it's with no one. Sometimes it's with several. You know what I mean? I think I value having a good life and being healthy and well and happy over a number of years in a relationship or getting to a milestone number of years in a marriage. I think that is very empty. I think that is a big nothing burger. and it makes me sad when people, quote unquote, strive toward that, because it's just empty, in my opinion. But if she wants to stay with the man, this was major damage. The things that she said, the fact that she said them publicly, the fact that she said them on camera. So it's one thing if you say something in front of somebody else. She chose to say these things on camera. And I think that's why he started to say what he was going to say on camera. So she's going, I think the kind of ego I suspect he has, she's going to have to walk a lot of this back, right? And she's now competing with all of the quote unquote options he is being told that he has out there that would require significantly less change than is required of him to stay with her. So she is positioning herself like, if you want this marriage, if you want me, I want these things. And he might not want to do those things. I also think he hates divorce. Men generally hate divorce. That's very normal. That's very common. And I don't think you want to divorce a misogynist, red pill, bitter attorney. Okay. I think it might be cheaper to keep him. Kimmi, seriously, think about it. If she decides to leave this relationship, a man with a bruised ego can morph into something diabolical. And this man is an attorney. He's an attorney, right? So do you want to fight and contend with that? I see that getting extremely ugly, and I don't want that actually for either of them. I got long-winded again. We will come back for part 3. Make sure you subscribe.